Savannah O'Gwyn from Savannah Land 2. Today I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and sharing a layout. I normally don't attempt scrapbook pages, but I've been telling Kim for months that I was going to try a page or two using some Paper Smooches stamps and dies. I also set a goal for myself for the past 2 years, starting in January, that states, I want to make one layout a month. And I've made a total of 2 pages in 2 years. So it was time for me to join in the scrapbooking fun. Now I have to say this page took forever, and I've messed up several times. And I know for about 59 minutes I didn't think this was fun at all. But I love how my page ended up, and I hope you do too. So to start, I did what I know how to do, gathering up all my supplies of paper, stamps, dies, and embellishments that I think I might use on my page. I just pile it all in the center. And I do start with an idea of which photo I want to highlight, and then I go from there. Just a side note, my scrapbook is only 8.5-inch square in size. Anything larger is just too big. So here you can see that I literally took everything off my desk, and I am starting with my page papers, I guess is what you want to say. And I'm just really thinking about this. I'm literally taking my time, and I just never know what to do. I mean, 8.5 inches is huge to me. I'm used to cards the size of 4 and 5, so anyway, just overwhelmed at this moment. So you can see, as I'm overwhelmed, I'm just piling everything back up onto my page. But that's because I found in that pile of stickers and little embellishments, I found stuff that I wanted to use. So I die cut some words, and these are from the new Kudos word set. And I found some rub-ons that I liked, and I'm just placing those. They're white rub-ons, and I thought that would look really cool on that white and tan paper. It's a subtle look, but I still think it'll look really cool. And then here I pull out a sentiment from Captured Moments, and I already punched a vellum circle, and I thought maybe I could punch it again in a smaller circle because it was way too big, but that obviously did not work. I got it stuck. And I had to totally punch a whole new circle. So much for saving that circle vellum piece. I'm sure I'll use it for another thing. So that size circle is perfect, and I think I'll use that. And I'm just looking at all my supplies and trying to figure out where I want to place them. These sentiments are from Captured Moments and the Hope set. I really like how that sentiment right there says, you are loved more than you know. And it's good for anybody who needs to be lifted up, and it's good for Travis and I. He is definitely loved more than he knows. And I think it's reciprocated. He loves me more than I know. But anyway, so now I'm just pulling out more stamps and just trying to figure out the layout of this design. It's coming together, you know. I think I mess with too much. I haven't laid anything down, I haven't glued anything down, and I think sometimes I just need to do it. So I'm thinking and I'm thinking. I pull out some hemp cord, and I'm not really trying to bunch it up, but I'm just trying to hold it there, trying to say, what can I do? I pulled out some vellum because I thought maybe it needed a little bit of softness. And as you can see, I'm putting stuff away as well. So I ended up not using the neon colors. I thought just the aqua, gold, and the tan would look really pretty. Still masculine, yet still feminine. I thought that would be cool. And so here, I'm like, you know what? We just need to do this. Let's do this, Sav. So I cut my paper, and now I'm going to add all of the, well, papers down first. And now I'm going to start working on the embellishments and stamping. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use this little gold tag on the back, so I just used washi tape on it. And it's a good thing I did, because I had to rearrange it. I wasn't sure I liked it there, so I moved it again. And it didn't ruin anything, so washi tape, thumbs up, friend. And I'm just placing... So I just want to point out, this is the 3rd time I placed everything down on my paper just to see if I like where it's located, so just take note of that. I haven't glued my photo down yet, but I'm gonna rub on my first little rub-on, and this is from the Pebbles line, and it's just a line of hearts. I just love it. I wish I had more of these. They're so cute. And I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, yeah, I really like that. So I press it down, and then I use my bone folder to rub it on. You can't even see it. I don't know if you can see it, but in the real piece you can. It's just real subtle in the video. And so I tape my photo down, and I think I'm going to stamp my sediment down there. But first I pull out different embellishments. I literally got up and went and got my Imaginis eye rocks, and I laid some out, and I'm like, yeah, actually I like where those are located. I poured them out, actually, and I got distracted, and I did another rub-on down at the bottom. And then I pulled out my Imaginis eye rock tool, and then I realized I hadn't stamped the sediment, so classic. I'm gonna have to stamp over those rocks. And so I tried to stamp it twice, but my paper kept moving, so washi tape, 2 thumbs up again. I had to use it to hold my page down. And I stamped my sediment, and I really love how that looks. It is the perfect sediment for this page. And because my vellum piece fell down when I held it up, that's what I'm going to work on now. So I'm going to emboss my sediment using some white embossing powder. And, well, I'm not going to attach it yet because I'm going to move this tag one more time. Oh, I make scrapbook pages like I make cards. I'm constantly thinking about everything and getting distracted and moving stuff around. So I decide that I'm going to work on the top part, and I love now how I've placed out my stamps. I think I'll put Handsome first, my favorite second, and then my stickers. And they really work well with those 2 eye rock pieces. And I'm like, yeah, that looks really good. So I pull over my die cut sediment, and it's too high. So I pull them down, but then I realize, oh, good night. I accidentally already glued down my eye rocks. So now I've got to figure out if I'm going to use my sediment the way I had it, or that's the second time these eye rocks got in the way. I guess I wasn't really thinking, but I ended up saying, you know what, I like how it is. We're going to keep them up close. No worries. So I leave it the way it is, and I'm like, well, let me think about it. And now I get distracted with the vellum, which you can't see me working on, but I'm just roughing up the edges a bit. After that I said, lay it down, staple it on, do what you gotta do, but put these sediments down. So I pulled out my glue, and I glued down my die cut pieces. And I'm going to glue down my stickers, which really easy. I just pull off the backing. And I keep messing with my stamps that way, but I replace them. And I am going to stamp them together because I'm stamping over layers, which I've done several times. It's so easy. You just got to apply good pressure all the way around. You can see I'm pressing really hard. And, well, it didn't work. So, like mess up number 12 here. I reposition it, and I stamp it again, and it still doesn't work. Handsome ended up working fine, but the F in favorite is missing. You'll see later what I do, but I continue. I take a deep breath, and I'm like, you know what? We're just going to continue, because I can't stop now. I did think about it, but I continue. So I glue down my vellum piece, and I'm going to staple it on, but I forgot that my stapler isn't as long as it should be, so I pull it apart and I staple it, and this is mess up number 13. My staple literally, like, I don't even know how to explain it. It just didn't go through. So I had to take it out and restaple it. Thank goodness it went through. I also forgot to push the staple backs in. When you take your stapler out, it doesn't fold them in, and so I forgot. So I've been working the whole time, this whole video, without the backs in, which isn't a problem. I just did it at the end, but I guess I got distracted. So I thought maybe I'd use the neon, but then I again threw it aside and pulled out some gold washi tape, and I die cut some hearts, and then I realized I smudged the loved word in that sediment, and so I stamped it in gold and mint, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, so I glued down my hearts, and then I was like, I think I might have the word loved in a gold sticker. Well, I didn't. I had love, and then I had a D in another word, and I cut them apart, and I pieced them together, and it worked out. So here is where I fix the F. You can see the F is missing, and I use a pencil. This ink from Imagine Crafts is perfect with a pencil. It's Espresso Truffle, and I just filled it in. It literally matched, and it looks so good. And so that's what I did to fix my problem. And to finish my layout, I was like, it needs just something else. And of course, I'm going to mess with some thread. And I literally just bunched it up, and I stuck it under my photo. And I was like, yeah, that looks good. Wait, I need to mess with this little loop right here. Now that looks good. And that really is the end of my layout. I mean, it did come together really, well, not fast. It was about an hour, but in the end, I really like how it turned out. So I hope that you will join in the fun and make some layouts and scrapbook pages using your Paper Smooches stamps and dies. Now I've got a couple more ideas for pages, and I hope it doesn't take me a year to complete them. Please leave a comment below with a link to one of your creations, or link up to our Inspired by Virtual Smooches post. I'd love to check out your project. Thanks so much for watching.